Hey everybody, Scott Jansen here. Welcome to today's webinar. In today's webinar, we're going to be looking at the scaling and profitability secrets from the fastest growing coaching, hypnotherapy, and NLP businesses throughout the entire industry. So before we get into the actual content, I'm very aware of your time. So this webinar will probably go for about 60 minutes, but you do want to make sure you stay to the end because I have something very, very special for you at the end. So before we dive into the content, guys, make sure you grab a notepad and pen, and I want you to write this number down or just remember it off the top of your head. Write it down or remember the number 4,000. So go ahead, write that down, 4,000, and make sure you stay to the end because that's going to come into play and it's definitely worth your while to remember that number. So I am super excited that I get to show you this scaling and profitability secrets webinar because this really is the culmination of not only over the decade of experience that I have or had, starting and growing my own hypnotherapy business, being a coach and mentoring thousands of therapists, coaches, NLPs, RTTs, hypnotherapists, any really healer that's working with clients to grow their businesses from scratch. We have over 600 success stories with students from all around the world that have literally come into our program and started their businesses from scratch. No money, no income, no clients, no niche, no social media marketing, to now hitting anywhere between $10,000 per month predictably, all the way up to $20, $30, $40, even $50,000 per month every single month with all the scaling and profitability secrets that I'm going to be showing you today. Now, what's really, really important is when it comes to scaling a business, even from scratch, is we don't just want to scale a business for the sake of it. We want to scale a business and be very profitable in the way we do it. So we have a very unique way that we help all of our students grow their business because I have created a system where we're not worrying about paying for ads. We're not paying for funnels. We're not using ClickFunnels. We're not paying or jumping on stage and speaking at events. We're not giving away free sessions. There's no Google ads. There's no Facebook ads. There's no business cards, anything like that. It's probably all the traditional ways that you've been taught or are currently using to try and get clients. The system I'm going to show you today, guys, is going to go against all that tradition. And I'm going to show you how to scale a very profitable business from scratch without spending 1 cent on advertising, not even just today, but for the entire longevity of your entire business. So let's dive in, guys. Remember that number 4,000. Remember, all the stuff I'm going to be showing you today is for hypnotherapists, coaches, and NLPs and RTTs who are either starting their business from scratch or wanting to scale their business from scratch and really has no idea or is rather confused about how to do that. I mean, you could be a therapist or a coach that maybe is just seeing a couple of clients here or there, that is maybe earning maybe $1,000 per month, which is pretty typical in the industry. And I might speak to that therapist and coach and show them how to take $1,000 per month business and show them how to turn that into $1,000 per day business. I could also speak to another therapist or a coach who's already doing 10 grand a month, but wants to scale that to 20, 30, 40, even $50,000 per month predictably. And I might even also speak to another therapist or a coach who's already doing $50,000 per month, but is stuck in the systems of trying to scale this. And now they're turning over maybe 6 figures a month or something like this. All the stuff I'm going to be showing you today, guys, is I've teased out the most important parts. And not only we taught our thousands of students, but I'm going to show you how these guys and girls in our program are doing it in such a profitable way where you can basically take the map and the systems and the things that they're using right now in their business and you can employ it into your business as of today. So you do want to make sure you pay attention. So without further ado, guys, I'm super excited to jump into this. Let's dive into the content and let's get started. So here it is, guys. When most coaches, hypnotherapists, and NLPs start out in business, you would all agree that chaos and confusion begins. What seems like a simple business model, which is really just get paid clients, turns into a chaotic mess of services, products, funnels, paid ads, systems, prices, random niches or too many niches, social media events, costly mistakes, guesswork, and abstract strategies. It seems like every therapist or a coach trying to grow their business is so concentrated on like the seminars and events. You have to do paid ads. I have to get more certifications. I need to clear my abundance blocks. Should I actually niche? Do I have to niche? Do I need a website? Should I do a podcast? Should I pay for Google ads? Should I hire a VA? Maybe I should give away pro bono or free sessions, or it's all about funnels and meetup groups. And there's so much chaos in all these businesses. It's no wonder why most therapists and coaches become so overwhelmed and their business really doesn't move forward. You know, the the strategies they're employing aren't really doing anything for their business except creating a lot of chaos, a lot of confusion, and their businesses aren't getting any traction. So for most coaches and hypnotherapists, they stay caught in this same repetitive cycle, day after day, week after week, month after month, year after year, with no clear end in sight. They've literally become over obsessed thinking about it's, the next piece of software. It's all about the funnels. It's the paid ad secret that I need to learn. I need to have the latest abundance block destroyer. It's about event certification, and they'll never, and they want to employ all of these things just to get an edge in their business. And this cycle continues. Now, for you watching this right now, you probably agree that either you're trying all these things, you've tried these things in the past, and you're continually going around in the same cycle over and over, but your business and the growth of your business and your income is not growing. Nothing seems to be going forward. Maybe even seems to be going backwards, like you're spending so much money on all this stuff, but it's not getting repelled back into your business. So for these coaches and therapists, they cannot see what is right in front of them. And what they're missing is the most important parts beyond the funnels, beyond the systems, beyond the software, beyond the free sessions and the events and all that stuff. They can't see what's right in front of them. And it's these things that they have to recognize that are the only things that matter in business. So how are these coaches and therapists really going to define and acquire their ideal clients? Provide a differentiated and valuable service in a very oversaturated market, which actually allows for higher prices and more collected profits in less time. Well, I'm going to show you how our students are doing this, guys. So they're not thinking about the most important parts, which is what makes an ideal client? What makes their ideal niche? The profits of this niche, or is this niche going to be scalable? Is it a niche that not only can it grow today, but can it grow in profits well into the future? They're not thinking about how they're going to differentiate their service in a very oversaturated market where thousands and thousands of coaches and therapists are trying to attract the same clients. They're not thinking about how they massively increase their profit so they can survive while growing their business, avoiding a 9-to-5 job just to keep this random chaotic business alive. They're also not thinking about how will they get paying clients without funnels, without paid ads, expensive software, and confusing tech that burns through their savings with no ROI on spent cash. You would all probably agree that if you're starting your business, the last thing you want to be doing is spending money on advertising, because it may not be the thing that actually brings clients into your business. You never want to be starting a business in a deficit. How can we actually get free clients online on demand with a simple to use system that won't cost you a cent? Well, this is what I'm going to show you today. Lastly, they're not thinking about how will they position their expertise quickly in an industry that is massively growing in size, competition, very mundane services, and cookie cutter marketing. And these two guys and girls on the side here really represent what's going on in the market. You've got one guy here saying, my business isn't growing, I'll just make another 9 funnels. It's the funnels that are going to make my business. And we have the young lady down the bottom here talking about it's all about mindset. If I just do 6 hours of mindset per day, these are the things that are going to grow my business. And lastly, and the most important thing, keep this in the back of your mind, how can we repeat the process of client acquisition like a well-oiled machine that runs on autopilot? So you know what to do every single day to get a paid client. If you want to get 2 paid clients per day, you just double the amount of work. Imagine that freedom in your business and also inside your mind that you knew a step-by-step process or system that if you just followed it step by step by step, it would be guaranteed to spit out a paying client. This is what I'm going to be teaching you today. And this is the type of business strategy that you want to be employing in your business so we can get rid of the chaos, the overthinking, and the worrying. So for those who don't know me, my name is Scott Jansen. Let me just give you a quick introduction to myself. I was a stop smoking hypnotherapist for well over 10 years with I was an online therapist with global clients. I then became the owner of the Conversation Hypnosis Academy. When I stopped seeing paying clients, I actually started to train students from all over the world in conversational hypnosis with over 2,000 students and 75 training products. But now all of my attention goes into helping people like yourself, therapists, coaches, NLPs, RTTs, and healers grow their businesses online from scratch. We have, like I said, over 600 success stories for our coaches, therapists, hypnotherapists, NLPs in over 14 different countries who have built their businesses from scratch, absolute zero, to reaching $10,000 all the way up to $50,000 per month without ads, funnels, in a very predictable way. So, after speaking with so many therapists and coaches and really looking at what's going in the industry, I'm seeing thousands and thousands of coaches and therapists being qualified each month. Great people being qualified, but so many of them having to return back to a 9-to-5 job because they're not getting paid clients. They don't know what to do. They're really missing the biggest piece of the puzzle, which is how do I build a business from this? And it was then when I was looking around online that I had my epiphany. After speaking with so many coaches and therapists, I realized that they didn't need another training program talking about another funnel, more mindset work, more free giveaways, more paid ads, or just another piece of software. Getting access to just another training that's been done over and over before, teaching the same thing, but it's just got another fancy name attached to it, is like getting another gym membership that you just don't use. So, having that epiphany, I said, all right, that's it. I can't make another training program. I can't just have a cookie cutter training program that is teaching the same thing by every guru out there trying to help people build their businesses that just isn't working. So instead of creating a training program, I thought to myself, I have to change the entire model. A training program wasn't going to change the model. I had to change the entire model and reinvent it from scratch, to the extent that it became to a point where I'm almost forcing my students that come into my program to succeed. The processes and systems we have in place force our students to succeed, and that's why they're having massive growth in their business. I had to break the cycle of the normal traditional courses and advice by all these other gurus, and it might even be the people that you learnt your therapy or hypnotherapy or coaching strategies from, the school that you went to. But when it comes to the business advice, their normal advice is just have low prices so you can see more clients. Or it's all about breaking the mindset issues that you have or the abundance block issues that you have. And if you break that, that's how you'll get clients. It's all about giving free sessions. You have to do funnels. You have to do paid ads. You have to host events. You have to have those abundance blocks cleared. You've got to go after cheap clients because you can only earn $100 an hour. Clients won't pay $1,000 for you to work with you. It's all about cheap clients, etc. And this became the normal traditional courses that I knew not only did it cut it because this wasn't the reality that I lived in growing my own therapy business, but I see so many people trying it this way and they're stuck in that cycle of things just not working. So no matter what the program is out there, you might be taking a program right now, but what I noticed, you probably noticed this for yourself, is what was actually being taught during the program wasn't actually used by the mentor. So here you're in a training program, the mentor saying, in order to grow your business, you need to do this, this, and this, and this. But if you were to look at their business, they're doing all the total opposite things that they're teaching you. The mentors had no experience in the industry. They weren't therapists, they weren't hypnotherapists, they weren't coaches. They'd never seen face-to-face clients before. The strategies, the marketing strategies were so outdated and they were definitely not updated. The support and trying to get help through the growth of your business, even while on a training program, sucked. It was irrelevant. It's like non-existent. And progress was painfully slow. With the thousands of coaches and therapists that I spoke to, these were the common things they complained about, that the progress was so painfully slow that they were actually taught and told by their mentors that, you won't be able to get paid clients until you're in business for the first 6 months or the first 12 months. Could you imagine starting a business, especially in therapy and coaching, having all this training debt that you've got to pay back, wanting to see clients, being super passionate, now told by your guru that it might take 12 months just to get your first client? Well, this wasn't a reality that I lived in because this wasn't the case. There was just so much hype for these quote unquote programs, these traditional programs, that there was no results backing it up. And there were more coaches and therapists going back to a job, a 9-to-5 job, just to keep this business alive, just to sort of stay in practice. They're giving away all of these free sessions or low price sessions. They're not being able to get any momentum in their business where it can actually substitute their 9-to-5 job. And again, this wasn't the reality that I lived in. It didn't have to be this way, but with traditional training programs, this is unfortunately what's taught. So I had to change the entire thing to reverse engineer the whole entire model. So how did I do that? Well, I took 3 years to actually put this model together, and I data dumped my entire decade of industry experience as a hypnotherapist, client experience as a stop smoking hypnotherapist, and building my own therapy business from absolute scratch. And I changed the industry model. I changed the entire thing. And guys, this is what happened within just months of changing the entire model, not just producing another training program and just giving my students the average coaching they would get, but changing the entire model, all the systems. This is what happened within just months. I took coaches, hypnotherapists, and NLPers, healers, RTTers who were earning absolute zero, some who were just qualified to these sort of results. We have $187,000 in 12 months from absolute zero. Another example is a $27,000 month back to back. Another example is a $43,000 month, and one of our students talking about earning $120,000 in her first 6 months. Remember, all of this was without funnels, ads, paid ads, free sessions, all the traditional stuff you've probably been taught. They're doing all of these things. I mean, $27,000 a month, $43,000 a month, $187,000 in 12 months. They're doing this with absolute zero spend on advertising. Some more examples is another $24,000 a month for this student, a $16,000 a month for this student, a $33,000 a month for this student. Another example is a $40,000 a month for her RTT business, so $40,000 in a month. One of our students talking about hitting her first $20,000 a month. Another student in the middle here talking about being in the program for 10 months, getting predictability with $10,000 to $20,000 per month, and buying her dream car as all the hard work that she put in buying her dream car with cash, which was a great result. Another example is, this is a great one of our students who started her business from scratch, absolute scratch, to 30 days later hitting her first $10,000 a month in 30 days from absolute scratch. We have a $14,000 month here. We have in 8 days, which is £4,000, so just over $7,500 in 8 days worth of income, which is incredible. Over here we have £11,000 month, so close to $20,000 there. One of our students celebrating her first $16,000 month from scratch. Another example is a $10,000 week, $10,000 month, managing my entire coaching business from my mobile phone. A $15,000 month here for this student. We have $3,500 clients in a row within just 1 week. We have one of our students, again, another student who started her business only 30 days ago, to hit her first just under $10,000. She hit $9,472, so she was super excited about that. Another example, this is a great one of our students talking about when she was a nurse for 35 years. She quit her job. She used to earn £17 an hour. Now she does anywhere between $10,000 and $20,000 per month, selling £1,500 packages as a therapist. So you can tell why she quit her job if she's earning that sort of income. We have 8 days revenue for clients, $5,500. We have the first week of March with this example was $6,153. We have the biggest month yet for this student, so £12,500, so over $20,000 just in February alone. 17 days worth of income, just under $13,000, nearly $1,000 per day. And over here, a student who started the program 12 months ago, from the time she started 12 months ago to now, she's had an increase of income by 339%. She used to earn about $3,000 per month. £3,000 per month. Now she does anywhere between £13,000 and £20,000 per month. Per month, folks. And a last example of this, now I'm not going to show you all, and we have over 600 of these, but I just want you to look at these examples of what is possible. So here off to the left here, hopefully you can see this. This was the actual notes I took from this student when I did a strategy call, and she had multiple services. I think she had like 6 or 7 different niches. She had about 30 different products and services and online programs. And she used to make $700 per month with multiple products, multiple niches, multiple everything. As you can see here, this is just one of 3 pages of all the things that she was trying to sell in her business. When she joined my program, we scrapped everything. We took everything down to one. We got her one niche, one price, and one service. Within 4 months of working with me, she did $98,000. So this is her example. Hi, Scott, I'm shaking as I'm writing this. 2019 ended on $98,000 for the year. Past 5 years as a hypnotherapist, I was making $700 per month. Quit my job 2 days ago and already hit 7K in 2 days. I'll never be able to thank you enough. Next goal is for hubby to quit and be a stay-at-home dad. Last time I spoke to her, that's exactly what she's done. And now the husband and wife are working together on the business. They're doing anywhere between $15,000 per month all the way up to $25,000 per month. So that's still increasing. But just to show you what happens when there's so much chaos inside the business with multiple products, multiple niches, multiple everything, how we actually earn less money. But in this example, we took everything back down to one in a very profitable niche, one price, one service, to hit $98,000 in 4 months. So that's a great result. So the new model I designed and the 600 success stories that we have was turning yearly income, and this is yearly industry income. You look at the yearly industry income, they say it's going to be about $1,000 per month, maybe $2,000 per month. And I was turning the yearly industry income into monthly, sometimes even weekly income for our students, while massively decreasing the amount of work they're doing and doing it in a predictable way. Once they start doing the 10s, 20, 30, 40, 50 grand per month, they can repeat it month after month after month after month. And that's what's important. They're not just having one big month and then broke the next month. Once they've done it once, we put systems in place so it's predictable every single month. And guys, today I'm going to share with you exactly what this new model is and how the process can work for you today. And we're going to do all of this without paying for Google ads, Facebook ads, YouTube ads, Instagram ads, or any paid advertising ever. Not even just the start of your business, but even when you're scaling your business, you do not need to be paying for ads. We do it without ClickFunnels, lead pages, squeeze pages, sales pages, fancy websites, or expensive tech. We do it without giving away free sessions, pro bono sessions, 5-day free challenges, or seeing back-to-back clients. We do it without starting your own Facebook group, talking at events, meetups, BNI events, hosting workshops or seminars. We do this all online. We transition your business to be an online business, folks. We do all of this without more mindset work, clearing abundance blocks, meditating, hoping and praying, getting more certified, more qualified, or reading more books. Again, the goal here is you never have to wake up again thinking, how will I get a client today, or what should I do first? And starting to panic because you've got bills coming in but no paying clients. I'm going to show you how to get rid of all of that panic, all that scarcity, all that anxiety, and show you how to build your businesses online for scratch without following any of the traditional instructions that you might be following right now. And I'm going to show you how to do this without ever paying for a cent in advertising. So if you're just a starter business, maybe you're just about to start or launch your coaching or therapy business, maybe you're earning $0. If you're active in business, maybe you're seeing some clients and the average industry prices and earning like $1,000 or $2,000 per month. Maybe you have a small business, which is averaging about $50,000 per year. You might have a 6-figure business where you're averaging about $100,000 per year, pretty predictable. Or maybe you're getting away from face-to-face and you have your own online product, courses, group coaching programs, and earning 6 figures a year. And maybe you want to transition or evolve that into 6 figures per month. This webinar, what I have for you today, is going to show you how to do this. So guys, let's strap in. Let's get into it. I'm going to show you the 3 strategies I'm going to be teaching you today. Strategy number 1, your ideal paying client. I'm going to be showing you the 3 niche metrics and what I call your blue ocean niche setup to get clients online today that are guaranteed to buy, pay in full, and see the value in your higher prices and services. We call this our niche calculation. I'm going to show you how we do that. Strategy number 2 is what I call systems thinking. How to create a free client attraction system online that requires no paid ads, no funnels, no free sessions ever, that allows your business to run 24 hours a day, 7 days a week without ever switching off. It's free clients on demand. And lastly, strategy number 3 is what I call your client experience. Finally, have a visual system to show your clients the value, the price, the result, and the future value so you can systemize your income, get paid with predictability, and also save sales. So let's get into this. So strategy number 1, this is why you need to be following strategy number 1 and why this strategy is for you. If you have low profitability, you're relying on just referrals or word of mouth, you have low pricing or you're giving away free sessions, you have too much time with clients, you have too much delivery with no capacity to onboard new clients. Maybe you feel like you need to offer more services. In order to make money, you have to offer more services. So when it comes to it, people always ask me this question: how do I pick a niche? This is, as you can imagine, the most common question that I get. How do I pick a niche? But it goes so far beyond just wondering what niche to pick. We have to look at all the intricacies that make not only a niche profitable, but make sure it's going to be profitable long term in your business. So most people think and are told by all these other gurus, all niches are profitable, or your niche will find you, your passion and your story is your niche, or maybe you don't have to niche at all. You just work with any clients that you can. Or they might think, well, you know what, Scott, my niche isn't good enough. I'm going to have to keep changing it. Or can I have multiple niches? Because if I niche down to one type of client, when I miss out on all the other clients, and again, so much confusion. So picking your niche, guys, and understanding your ideal clients is way more than a niche. So the three things I never hear anyone talking about, the only three things that matter when finding your ideal clients and your niche. So no one talks about this stuff, but there's really three things. These are the only thing that matter, but people never talk about it. Number one is what I call static niches versus dynamic. We need to start thinking about niching to an industry, a profession, or finding gaps in the market where every other therapist or a coach is not, to find our ideal client in a very maybe unique, quite strange, quite interesting market gap where there are potential clients waiting, but no coach or therapist is calling them out. We want to be avoiding oversaturated static niches. So what's a static niche? A static niche is pretty much what you're told to target when you do your therapy or coaching certification, which is, I help people quit smoking. Go help people quit smoking. Or I help people lose weight with hypnosis. Go help people lose weight with hypnosis. But here's the thing, guys. When it comes down to niching, I really want you to understand a key point here is your type of therapy is not your niche. If you do NLP, you do hypnosis, you do therapy, you do RTT, you do hypnotherapy, this is not your niche, nor do clients care. We've got to realize that clients pay for only one thing, which is results. So if we're concentrated on in a static niche where every therapist or a coach is saying, I can help you quit smoking, lose weight, overcome anxiety, it becomes like a whole menu of the type of clients they can work with, you're going to instantly be going up against tremendous competition. We've got to think about doing things dynamically, either niching to an industry, a profession, could be a religion, or even a gap in the market. These are just some examples. And we've got to start to think in terms of how can I have a dynamic niche that goes beyond just helping people quit smoking, because that's boring. It's been done before. How can we revivify an exciting niche that gets the attention of a market, even when it's oversaturated with therapists and coaches always going for the same thing? Number two, there's another thing you need to think about. There's also an effect and a cost to acquire a client online. Different niches and your ideal clients exist on different platforms. And a lot of people think about this. It's not only about niching to your ideal client, as we do with a static and dynamic niche, which is the pain and the solution that we offer, but also the ideal location, platform, and media, understanding where your client is. So what we can do is not only do we consider our niche it being one way on Facebook, but it's going to be a totally different niche on LinkedIn and a totally different niche on Instagram, a totally different niche on YouTube. So what we do is something really, really cool. We teach all our students to do this, is something called cross-niching, where they're not working with different types of problems. They're still sticking with either it's anxiety or it's stop smoking or it's weight loss or it's mindset, whatever type of problem they're solving, but they're cross-niching depending on where their clients are online. As an example, the general public is going to be more located on Facebook. But on LinkedIn, it's going to be more professionals and industry focused. On Instagram, it's going to be different. YouTube, it's going to be different. So we can start to niche according to where your clients are on certain platforms. And lastly, number three, the most important, willingness to pay. You've got to start to think in terms of when it comes to valuing your service, guys, and charging for your service, can you actually base your services and the price that you have on how much you can actually save a client emotionally, maybe financially. So emotionally, it might be like, if you get rid of your anxiety today, this is the emotional cost that you're going to be saving into your future. Maybe it is stop smoking in a certain way to a certain industry. Maybe it's like myself. I used to help lawyers quit smoking. So I could physically show them, hey, if we quit smoking today, look at all the money you're going to save every month, every year, and for the rest of your life. So that's a financial saving. So is there enough value in your service? Can your clients see the lifetime value and transformation they'll get? Can they see and know why that, hey, we don't charge $100 per hour. We don't charge per hour time or things. We're actually going to be charging on the overall transformation. And overall transformation cost might be $1,500. We have students charging $2,500. We even have students charging $5,500 and getting a lineup of clients ready to work with them because they're able to show the lifetime value, and it proves why their prices are so high. So now we've got an overview of the three most important things you've got to consider. How do we calculate this without guessing? How do we get outside of our head and stop thinking, is the niche going to be profitable, and have data that reflects either profitability or not? Well, let me show you how to do this. So you've probably tried the free sessions to get clients, free giveaways to get clients. You maybe went to the networking, the local BNI events to get clients. Maybe you've done the whole, I'll launch a free program just to get testimonials, but when you go ask for testimonials, the clients run the other way. You've maybe tried the flyers, the business cards. You've maybe tried to work with friends and family. You may have even paid for cheap ads and cheap leads. You've done all the clearing of your mindset, clearing of abundance blocks. You're giving away the free challenges, but nothing's working. And not only that, nothing's predictable. You're still getting one client here, no clients for 2 weeks, another client the third week, no clients for 2 weeks later. And this up and down, this ebbs and flows of your success and client attraction, that's what your business looks like because you've been trying all these things. So if that's the case, and by doing all of these things, the output of that is just this ebbs and flows. As a result of doing all these things, what's left? If we're not using all of the things, what do we do? And if you do get any, like I said, if you do get any clients from these random acts of marketing, it's like every Tom, Dick, and Harry. It's like every random client with random excuses who makes a big deal, even though you're only charging $50, there's still an excuse as to why that's too expensive. So how do we avoid all of this? Well, what is the blue ocean niche calculation that we use and we teach all of our students to use that assures a niche is going to be highly profitable and guarantees there are clients willing to pay very high prices for your service? Well, let me show you how we would normally take a student from absolute scratch, which is zero, no niche, no marketing experience, to very profitable niches. Like I said, our students doing between $10,000 all the way up to $50,000 per month based on this calculation. So this is how we get ideal clients. I call this the blue ocean niche setup. So the first thing we have to do is we do something called a calculated niche selection. So in our program, we have something called our Blue Ocean Market Research, which we actually market research our potential clients. There are 14 key questions. No one uses these questions. 14 key questions that we'll know without a shadow of a doubt if a business or a niche is going to be profitable, short-term, long-term, or even profitable at all. Then what we do is we do something called data analyzation. We look at the profits of the business long-term. We start to look at the location and the population of this niche. And we run our students through 2 different worksheets for that lets us know without a shadow of a doubt that a niche is going to be profitable. On the flip side of that is if it also lets us know if a niche is not going to be profitable, which is also just as profitable in itself, because could you imagine trying to go after unprofitable niche and trying and wondering why no one's buying your services? It's always better to know before you put 100% effort into your marketing to know if your niche is going to be profitable or not. Once we've done that research, we get into something called our MOS service. This is what I call our minimum optimum service. So what we do is before we create our offer, we've got our niche in mind, it's going to be profitable. Now we've got to give this niche our offer. What we do instead of thinking about what our clients want, trying to create a program or a package or whatever it is, we actually go into the market and we do something called reverse engineering the market offers. We go look at what's currently in the market, what's currently being used, what's currently working, what's currently not being working, and we find gaps in between these market offers, and we build our market offer so it stands out. It becomes differentiated. You cannot create the same offer if there's another 1,000, 5,000, 10,000 coaches or therapists all with the same offer as you, because it would get drowned out in competition. So we have a very unique strategy where we reverse engineer and differentiate our market offer so it stands out. It's exciting for our market. We also help differentiate our market by adding something called our MOS speed. Now, I can only touch on this slightly now, but our MOS speed, the minimum optimum service, is we always know that clients are going to pay extra for speed. So if you can add speed to the mix, like you can get your client's transformation quicker than other therapists or coaches, now you've got another way to differentiate yourself in the market. So we show our students how to do that. Lastly, we have something called our overall transformation offer. We don't sell time, we don't sell sessions, we don't sell packages, we sell the end result. So we put our offer together in such a way where we can focus our client's mind on the end result, because we don't sell hypnosis, we don't sell coaching, we don't sell RTT, we don't sell therapy. We sell the end result because that's all clients care about. So when we create our offer, we're hardly ever talking about hypnosis. We're not really talking about NLP or RTT or coaching. We're not talking about how we do things. We're always talking about the what. And again, this differentiates ourselves from maybe a therapist or a coach out there that is trying to sell coaching. They're trying to sell therapy. We don't sell that. We sell the end transformation, which is the result. So I have 1, 2, 3 different worksheets to put all of those pieces together. So once we've got the niche sorted, we know it's going to be profitable. We put together MOS service. We then have to put it together so it's market ready and we can start selling this back to the market. So we have our offer, price, and future cadence. So we have our MOS service, which is market ready. It's been proven that it's going to be profitable. We have what we call our offer script. So we have a script that we put together. We help our students do this, that takes all of these elements, all this experience, and all of this investigation that we've done and the data analysis that we've done, and we put it into a script where our students just have to read the script over and over to each client and make sales. We have a 3-price strategy as well, where we're putting things in such a way where our students are getting paid up front. We also have a couple of things called incentive-based pricing, and we won't get too far into that. But again, what I'm trying to point out here is we have a systemized way to make sales. We have a systemized way to talk to our specific niche, our specific market, with our very differentiated and specific offer, where our clients see such value in it, it almost seems new to them, where they're happy to pay up front and in full. And we also use something called a future value deck, which I'll talk about more coming up in this webinar. But for right now, again, it's putting together a system. We're taking out all the guesswork. So we have our strategy call script that we've put together based on all the analysis that we've looked at. We have our MOS services put together so it's market ready and it's been highly differentiated. And we also have something called the overall transformation worksheet. Now it's these 3 steps right here, this blue ocean niche setup, that has allowed our students, like I said, to grow their business from scratch all the way up to $20,000, $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 per month. This is how they've done it. Now I've given you a quick overview here because it will take me a long time to get into the high details. But if you're not doing this for your niche, if you're not doing this for your offer, your service, and your pricing and your sales strategy, which we'll talk more about later, but having something where you know your niche is going to be profitable, you know the offer you can create, you know the prices that you have, and you can show the future value in what you do, you're always going to be guessing and hoping that clients are going to say yes to you. You're going to be forever jumping around to different niche, wondering why no one buys your service because you haven't followed a process. This is a process. It takes out all the guesswork. So now you have your service and your offer and your pricing. That's how we teach our students to do it. Where do we actually find these clients? Now, once we've created our product or service, we know the niche. How do we start to market on certain platforms? Where do we find these clients? And how do we get our offer in front of these clients and start making sales immediately? Well, strategy number 2 is what I call systems thinking. This is how to create a free client attraction system online that requires no paid ads, funnels, or free sessions that allows your business to run 24 hours a day without ever switching off. So strategy number 2, if you don't know how to use social media for organic clients, getting clients for free, you're going to love this strategy. If you don't know how to drive this traffic into a booked strategy call, if you don't know how to turn content into qualified leads that are ready to buy, if you don't know what content will be appealing to your clients, you don't want to waste time on paid ads, funnels, websites, SEO, or free sessions, and you cannot produce predictable client getting results, which is what I call asymmetry, knowing what to do every single day to get clients, you're going to love strategy number 2. So in order for us to understand strategy number 2, guys, I'm going to get you to look at your business through the lens of a system. I want you to see the breakdown of the things that you need to be doing each day to get clients with predictability. And there's only 3 things, well, 4 sections of this business system. So we call this our organic system. This is the way we get clients for free. You'll see this square that encapsulates this weird looking system, and when up the top here it says niche. Your system lives inside your niche. We've nailed the niche. We know it's going to be profitable. We've got our offer ready. We've got our prices. Now we have to find these clients. So your day, your weeks, your months, your business is going to be set up into these different sections. The first thing we have to look at is what I call your inputs and your actions. What are you going to do each day to get clients? Number 2, the process. How do you convert strangers who see your content and inquire about what you do? How do you turn them into a booked strategy call? How do you turn that client into how do you turn that stranger into a paying client? And lastly is the outputs. Are the things that I'm doing each day and the conversations I'm having with people, is it turning into paid clients? And lastly, we have something called feedback and asymmetry. So let's look at the inputs and the actions first. So where are your ideal clients? Are they on Facebook? Are they on LinkedIn? Are they on YouTube? Are they on Instagram? Where are they? If you don't know where they are, how do you know where to market? How do you know what to say? There's no point in marketing on Facebook if all your clients are on LinkedIn. There's no point because they're not going to see it. So what if you found the ideal locations of exactly where your ideal clients were and only marketed to those platforms and ignored everything else? This is the value of this system. So where are your clients? So we teach our students Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube marketing because not only are they free, but they're user friendly, but we can guarantee to find ideal clients on any one of 3 of these platforms or all of these platforms simultaneously. What we do from there is what we're doing each day is we're putting inputs into these systems. We're putting inputs into these social media platforms. We're creating posts. We're creating videos. We're doing announcements. We're talking to people. We're doing organic outreach, all the stuff that we should be doing to get clients. And we're pointing all of that activity into one single place, which is what we call a strategy call. Okay. The process of conversion we recommend, we teach all of our students, is that strategy call. Like I said, we're putting together a script for our students so they can read that script and get paid clients. Why? Because if you've got one video marketing going to a sales page, another one going to a squeeze page, another one going to a funnel, another one going to a free session, another one going to a free PDF download, another one to a clarity call, another one to a strategy call, not only to get very, very messy and chaotic, but it's very hard to see what is working in your business. And it is a lot easier to sell your services over the phone than write an email or have prices on your website or things of that nature. Lastly is, what is the end result? What is the result of all the inputs and the daily activity that I'm doing, getting people onto the strategy call? What is the end result? Am I getting paid clients? So here's an example. Let's say I create a Facebook Live with a call to action to get people to a booking to a strategy call. I get on a strategy call, I read my script, I follow the process, I give my price at the end, and this client says yes. Now I've just made $2,500. Then what I do is I follow the system down and to the left and I look at the feedback. Did what I do just worked? If I did a Facebook Live and that turned into a strategy call and I just made $2,500, did what I do worked? Well, did it work? Yes, because I got a paid client. So if I got a paid client on Monday following this system, what do you think I'm going to do on Tuesday? I'm going to do the same thing. And then the same thing again, and the same thing again, and the same thing again. I'm going to systemize my inputs and my actions, and I'm only going to do the things that lead into paying clients. You have to be able to track this feedback, that if you've got every social media platform, too many products, too many niches, too many services, too many prices, it's going to be extremely difficult to find out what works, which means that you're essentially going to be throwing spaghetti at the wall and hoping something sticks. And if something does stick, you don't know why it's stuck. You have to know the why. So if it found out that what you did on Monday got you a paid client, you repeat the same thing on Tuesday and Wednesday and Thursday, all the way through the week. And now you're hitting the $10, $20, $30, $40, $50,000 per month. And you know how it happened. You know why it happened. And you can repeat that month after month after month. For the thousands of coaches, the therapists that I speak to, I ask them if they are getting paid clients, where are they coming from? What action did you take to get that paid client? And they simply don't know. That makes it very, very difficult to get repetitiveness and predictability into your business. We don't want to throw spaghetti at the wall and hope and pray that it works. We have to have a system. So this is what we teach all our students, something that I have in my own company as well. And you would be smart to employ this in your business to know where your paying clients are coming from. So what is the inputs that we use? So we recommend, like I said, we use Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube. I'm also going to introduce you to something called organic email. But once we know what's working, once we know how to get clients, we can now turn this organic system into something that's automated. Why would we want to do that? Well, here's the thing. When most therapists and coaches, let's say they work from 9 a.m. till 5 p.m. They're doing all the inputs, they're taking action, they're speaking to people. But once their business stops for the day at 5 p.m., all the way through to the following morning at 9 a.m., their business is offline, which means that clients can't find them, they can't speak to them, they can't book strategy calls. It means their business basically goes offline. If your business is going offline for half of the day, it means that you're missing out on half day's revenue. You could be earning a ton of money in that half a day while you're sleeping. So we automate the system in such a way where your business never turns off. Our students' businesses, as soon as they press go, never stop. They're available and alive, and their business is running 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, even on the weekends while they're not sitting in front of their computer, even while they're on holiday, even while they're playing with their kids or their family. Their business never stops. So let me show you how we do this. So we have Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, and organic email. Here's the thing about social media. Let's say, for example, on Facebook, we teach our students to use like a Facebook Live script. We have templates. We have all different systems for Facebook that pretty much guarantees they can get clients online for free. Okay. We use Facebook Lives, announcements, testimonial screenshots. We also do something called a Facebook Direct Outreach, where we give our students a done for you template, which they can start to talk to potential clients, send them out a direct outreach and start to book potential calls. But what works on Facebook doesn't work the same on LinkedIn. And it doesn't work the same on YouTube. So we have different systems according to different platforms where different clients are. See where I'm going here, guys? So Facebook has a system. LinkedIn, we now niche to professions, businesses, and CEOs and entrepreneurs, maybe online coaches, whatever it is. And we have a different LinkedIn direct outreach. So we give our students our done for you template for LinkedIn. It's different than Facebook, different for LinkedIn. Everything we do on Facebook and LinkedIn is now different for YouTube. So we have to set up the organic system for YouTube as well for offline marketing. We use optimized value videos. We do something called spider webbing our content. We have a call to action that goes to a strategy call. Last thing what we do is we have something called global niching, where we set up an automatic system where we can start to send out emails, organic email marketing campaigns to specific business owners, our specific niche online that are maybe on Google, that are on the other social media platforms, and we can start to get our offer in front of these people as well. So there are 4 systems that we set up. Everything that we set up that runs automatically 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, all points to one thing: get people on a strategy call, okay? So whether it's coming from Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, email, or all of them together, all pointing towards one specific place, which is a booking system with a survey. We survey and recommend all of our students survey every one of their clients. We actually show them how to set up the survey. There's about 10 questions that we want to be surveying our clients with, because we've got to know if they're an ideal client. There is no point talking to a potential client on a 45-minute strategy call if by the end of it they say, this all sounds great, but I don't have the money. You want to know all these things beforehand, because you want to be spending all of your time on the things that work and ignoring everything else. So we have 4 different systems all pointing towards one booking system. But what's cool is now we can automate this process. The automation comes through, we have something called our automated VA system, where you can actually have somebody else doing the work for you. Could you imagine going to sleep at nighttime, having an automated VA system all running for you, wake up in the morning to book strategy calls, and you didn't have to push any buttons? Maybe you're sitting in front of a client already for 2 hours doing your therapy or coaching. You look down at your phone and then there's another couple of strategy calls booked and you didn't have to do anything. Maybe there's people that are emailing you or contacting you saying, I want to book your services. I don't care how much it is. Let me know how I pay. And you didn't have to push any buttons or do anything. This is the value of having an automated VA system. And again, we show our students how to set this up. This really gets your business running on offline hours and after hours. It's having your business run 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, which means your business never closes. So Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, email, all pointing towards a strategy call that is constantly driving traffic into my booking system. They're going through the survey. Same with our students. We're constantly driving traffic into our strategy calls. Then from those strategy calls, we're constantly getting on the phone with people. We're following a script so it's predictable. And we're making money. So here's an example, like I said, a $43,000 month. This is $120,000 in the first 6 months of working with me from absolute zero, folks. But this really represents it running automatically, guys. The asymmetry, because it's working, it's running automatically. We're systemizing everything. So remember the map I gave you before, guys, of the system, the organic system. We have our inputs, which is all our social media, process, which is our strategy call, output, which for this example is a $43,000 month, which is back to back to back to back. This is the automated system. Now, what's funny is, and what's awesome, once our students set this system up, and it is so simple to set up, even somebody who's never been online before, even knows what a system is, can set this up in just a few buttons. Their business never stops. Never. Once it's set up, you never have to touch it again. Could you imagine doing $43,000 every single month and having it all automated and set up and ready to go with predictability? Imagine the freedom you'd get in your business. So remember, we're doing this without paid ads, no funnels, no free stuff, no free sessions. And this business model never turns off. It is constantly running. The momentum of this business is constantly driving traffic from our social media into our booking system. That booking system, we're getting on the phone with our clients, we're reading a predictable script, and this is turning into $43,000 a month. What do you think this student's going to do next month? The same thing, and the same thing, and the same thing over and over and over and over till she's had enough making money and she wants to do something else. Okay, this is the value of systems. It's no longer waking up each day wondering, how am I going to get a client today? What should I do first? No, you have a system put in place that is predictable, that runs the business for you. You no longer run your business. This business now works for you. So now we have traffic into your booking system based on the social media and driving traffic into that booking system with clients ready to buy, guaranteed clients. How do we get this? $20,000 in 6.5 weeks, $34,000 in 1 month alone, $24,000 at the end of the month, back to back, predictable. How do we get this? How do we get this type of money into our account? How do we have our clients always saying yes to us? Well, strategy number 3, finally have a visual system to show your clients the value, price, result, future, so you can systemize your income, get paid with predictability, and also, remember this guys, save sales. I'm going to show you something very interesting here. So future value. This is what most therapists and coaches don't understand, nor do they sell their services this way. In the more static niches, everyone says, I can help you quit smoking. It'll cost you $100 for 2 sessions. Very static. What we do, it's not about just selling the immediate results. It's about also selling the future. What is their future going to look like? What are the byproduct success that you're going to have as a result of working with me today? And we charge for those extra things, guys. So here's an example of what I used to say to my stop smoking clients. We teach all of our students to do this as well. So I'd have my lawyers come to see me. They want to quit smoking, and I want to make sure they get their transformation as quickly as possible. So I'm going to try and become the best therapist I can be to get their results as quickly as possible. But my price is $2,500. How do I justify $2,500 when that lawyer can go down the road and pay $100 for basically the same thing? This is how I present it. What if, as a result of quitting smoking with me, your health improve, your organs rejuvenate, and your potential for organ disease or disease in general goes down? Well, there's some value. What if you become a role model for your kids, so now your kids won't smoke? What about if your confidence increases because you've quit smoking? There's an emotional cost. What if I'm saving you $3,000 per month or $36,000 per year by working with me? What if about all the other associated problems and pains go away as well? What about if your career improves because now you're not having to have a cigarette every 3 hours, your boss notices you've got more productivity and they give you a raise? What if your insomnia gets fixed? What if your pride and self-worth increase? What if you have better coping mechanisms? What if you have improved teeth and gum health? What if that improves? What if the smell is gone and you feel cleaner? What if all your hair loss is alleviated? So I'm basically pointing out these are all the byproducts of working with me, not just today, but this is what your future is going to look like. Because we know as therapists and coaches, guys, once we fix one problem, what happens? All the other associated problems get fixed as well. So we need to charge for these things. So now when I come back and say it's only going to cost you $2,500, but this is all the other things you're going to get, it's a simple no-brainer for my clients. Same thing for our students as well. You want to be showing future value, not just the immediate result. So in order to do this, we have something called our strategy course script, which I mentioned before, but also something called our value deck presentation. So what we do is we teach our students this as they're going through the script. There's a point in the script where they're on a Zoom presentation. They're actually doing this over Zoom. They share their screen with their potential clients and they show, I've actually done this for them, what is called their future value deck. Okay, it's a done for you value deck where they can break down what their future is going to look like, what the emotional cost would be to work with me, what the financial cost could be to work with me, all of these things to show tremendous value as of working with you today. And we show this value deck, which shows the complete value breakdown, so it's visually and auditory set in your client's mind so you can justify your higher prices. Then at the end of the script, we have our pitch, which is our offer and our service. We also detail the how it's going to be like, or what it's going to be like, and how I can actually work with you, all the details about that. The price is always at the end. We have the end result, not sessions and hours, the end result with the future and long-term value included. So it's going to cost you $2,500 today, but as a result, your future is going to look like this. So you want to be showing that long-term value. Also, we want to be doing objection handling. We want to be addressing all objections on the call, not via email or PM back and forward. You don't want to be letting your client go if they've got any objections because they just won't buy from you. Lastly, we want to be taking full payment over the phone, payment to book their spot in your diary. Now, what's awesome is you saw the results before from our students doing $20, $30, $40, $50,000 per month without any payment plans, guys. Could you imagine getting $2,500 at the end of a 45-minute strategy call where a client pays in full? No payment plans. No, I'll pay you $50 here, then $50 there, and $100 here, and you're forever chasing payment plans. Our students are getting paid at the end of these strategy calls in full by having this process in place. And then there's something we call our proposal template. We have something called our 24-hour and end-of-month follow-up for all of the no's that we get. And I'm going to show you how that works because I'm going to show you guys exactly how you can start to save sales. So what does this look like? We've got our strategy call script. We got our overall transformation value deck presentation. These are all stuff that we've created for our students. Then things like this happen. Here's an example. It says OMFG, Scott. I used the future value deck, which I just talked about, guys, to close 3 clients in a row at $1,997 each. But then she went on to send what are called 2 proposals. In the last 12 hours, both have come back to me and said, yes, nearly $8,000 in 2 days. I could kiss you. So what is this proposal? We've got the script, we've got the value deck, but what happens after all the things that we do, the value we show, our client still says no, or I need to think about it, or I've got to go ask my husband or wife. What do we do next? Well, let me show you the system for this. So for example, the best case scenario, we have a full pay after the strategy call. Client says, yes, I want to pay $2,500. We get their credit card details. This follows into booking them into a spot in our diary. But we're not always going to get a yes. We're not always going to close everybody. So what happens if this happens? Well, I asked this recently on my Facebook page. I was curious what actual therapists and coaches actually do. And I said, coaches and hypnotherapists. Clients said they need to ask their husband or wife about your offer. What do you do? And I'm curious what you guys would do. Well, the common response is that I found was everybody was just saying, I let them go. I just don't follow them up, which is okay, I guess. But could you imagine having, let's say, 5 no's every single month in January, February, March? Well, those no's would add up after a while, which means that you could have maybe 50, 60 no's in a year. Do you really want to let them go? What if 60 of those no's were worth $2,500 each? Well, what do? Well, we use something called a proposal. So we have 2 different proposals that we send out. And again, we've set these up for our students and they just literally send this proposal out and it starts to save them sales. So we have something called our 24-hour proposal and email sequence. And then what we do, which is really cool, at the end of every 30 days, we teach all of our students to send out what I call the 30-day follow-up proposal, where they send out and catch up with all the people that have said no over the long term of that month, and they start to save sales. Could you imagine being on a strategy call, getting paid $2,500 on that call, and then looking down at your phone and having another $2,500 PayPal notification pop up because of a proposal you sent out 7 days ago? But in the past, you used to just let that client go, didn't follow them up. But thanks to a 2-page proposal that is strategically put together for you, could you imagine saving those sales? Could you imagine saving even 50% of those sales, maybe 30 sales every single year at $2,500 each? Guys can do some quick maths here. You don't want to let your clients go. You want to be following up strategically with your clients to see if you can start to save sales, because that's going to show up as income and revenue for your business. Okay, so here's what it looks like. Hi, Scott. Here's my new proposal form that I sent out for my form for YouTube. Who had never heard of me until she saw one of my videos. Remember, we do YouTube marketing. I sent her the proposal after our call yesterday, and she booked today to the tune of £1,500. This client previously said no, and now they're willing to pay £1,500. Another example, just closed a client with a proposal that says it's a lot of money. I have to think about it. Sent the proposal, bang, there's another paid client. Another example is 8 a.m. call with Scott to sort out my niche. Another RTT client booked, done at £500 for the session. 2 waiting in the wings, proposal sent. And the last time I spoke to this student, they both came through. So that's another £1,000 in proposals just showing up out of the blue. And lastly, all right, I'm officially at $7,500 in 8 days with 3 more potential clients for proposals that got sent out. Closed every single one of them thanks to the proposals. So when clients say, I have to think about it, or I need to ask my husband or my wife, guys, you do not want to let them go. You want to pull them back into the system with a proposal, and you want to start to save sales. And what if we could add this to the automation sequence? What if this was just automatically done day in and day out, or after every day, after every call, and at the end of every month, so you can start to save sales? And now you're booking more people into your diary that previously said no, but the proposal now closed it for you. So guys, there's the 3 strategies. I've gone through a lot of information. Strategy number 1 was your ideal client. Strategy number 2 was systems thinking, seeing your business as a system to be predictable. Client number 3 was having a visual representation of the value, the cost, but also saving sales with your proposal. So guys, you've made it this far, so it's going to be worth your time and your business to go all the way. So most people right now would have just given up, gone to watch Foxtel or Netflix, and just hoped and prayed that their business one day would actually make it. You know, they're not really serious about growing their business. So if you're still here, congratulations. It's definitely going to be worth your time to stay to the end. Remember that number 4,000 I talked at the start? It's going to come in very, very handy very soon. So right now you have 2 choices. We're at the end of today's webinar. I've thrown a lot of information at you. Hopefully got you excited. You can start to see what's possible for your business. You have 2 choices though. Number 1, you can spend more time guessing, more hoping, more thinking, more wondering, more testing, more trying, more time, more waste, and more hope. Or you can get the answer. I have 2 choices. You can either just hope and eventually one day it's going to work, or you can go somewhere and follow somebody who has the answer. We have over 600 success stories. We have the solution, the answer. I'm taking out all the thinking, all the trying, all the wondering, all the guessing, and I'm going to give you this exact system I've been talking about today with all the results that you've seen in the 600 plus success stories that we have. I'm going to show you how to input this solution into your business today. So today I'm going to give you 2 offers, folks. Both are going to help you turn your whole business around, and you can join the hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of 6-figure students that we have who've all started from scratch, absolute zero, to 6-figure, all the way up to multiple 6 figures per year following this exact system. So you'll be thrilled to know that I've systemized everything you've learned today into a step-by-step mentoring program. This is not an online course. It is a mentoring program. I call this the 100K coaching program. So here is the new model. We have our 6-week online 100K coaching mentoring program with lifetime access. The value of this program is $3,997. You get lifetime access to the material. But it doesn't just stop there, because that would just be another training course, another online course. So these bonuses that you're going to get as part of being in this webinar is going to change the model for you. So bonus number 1, you're going to get lifetime access to our private Facebook community and mentoring, complete lifetime access with 24-hour support. The value for this is $5,000 per month. Bonus number 2 is you're going to have lifetime access to our monthly group coaching course, complete lifetime access, all with past recordings as well. The value of this is $1,000 per month. We do 1 of these per month. The last bonus I'm going to give you as being a part of this webinar is you're going to have lifetime access to what I call weekly page optimization sessions with past recording. The value for this is priceless. So what I do every 7 days is I ask all the students who wants to have their YouTube, their Facebook, their LinkedIn, and their email, their organic email system, if they want me to look at it and analyze it every 7 days and give them advice of how to better market their business, what to do the following week, and optimize their entire system every 7 days. You have lifetime access. You can imagine how much accountability you would have if you know that I can look at your work every 7 days. I can go through it with a fine toothpick and look at everything you're doing, look at all your marketing, look at all your system, help you optimize everything step by step by step by step, and you have lifetime access to this. You won't find that value anywhere else. So lastly, the biggest bonus I'm going to give everybody on this webinar is access to me. So number 1, you'll have unlimited access to me via the Facebook group. Number 2, you're going to have unlimited access to me via Facebook Messenger, not by email because email takes too long, literally by Messenger on Facebook. Number 3, you're going to have unlimited access to book private mentoring calls with me, which means that as you're going through the program for lifetime access, and I'll show you guys about the program in a minute, as you're going through this program, if you want to book strategy calls with me or mentoring calls with me, all you have to do is send me a message on Facebook and we can book that call in. I spend hours and hours and hours per week with my actual current students right now to make sure they're following not only the program, but I'm answering all the questions they have. Some of these calls that I've done with my students has helped them, not only define their niche, but make more money at the end of the phone call. Double their income in a week just from having that phone call with me. You have unlimited access to these calls. You can book them any time of the day, as long as the time zone's in there, but eventually we'll catch up over that call. But you have unlimited access to book those calls in. All the group coaching calls, private mentoring calls, private Facebook questions are answered by me. This way your questions are answered correctly and immediately. I always hated it on courses when I'd want to speak to the mentor or get my question answered by the person who actually created the course, but I was always answered by a coach that they've hired or some community member that they've hired that had no idea what I was talking about. When it comes to answering your questions, guys, it's me personally answering all these questions. That way you get everything answered correctly, and you're making sure that you're staying accountable to the program as well. So the value for this is really like $10,000 per month. You can talk to me as often as you like, ask me as many questions you like, book as many calls as you like. So to give you an example, off to the right-hand side here, this is my Calendly booking system. All of these calls that are booked in are actually with current students, where I might spend a whole hour on the phone with them, and that's fine. That's what the bonus that we've given them, and it's the result that they've talked to me on the phone and maybe double their income for the week, or got the next 5 high-paying clients in a row based on what we talk about on that phone call. All the students know they have unlimited access to book these calls in. So that's going to be a bonus for everybody because you're at the end of this webinar and you've stayed to the end. So here's what you'll get, guys. Week number 1, we get into the niching, the pricing, the offer, the service, the business economics, the booking systems, the social media profile setups, show how to set up Stripe and PayPal setup, etc. So we can start getting paid clients over the phone. Week 2 is the complete Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube marketing, organic outreach system, sales objection handling scripts, strategy call system and surveys, which has all the scripts and the templates, proposal system, which I talked about before, and all the client contracts. Week number 3 is what we call global niching, organic email system, automated VA system for offline bookings. That's all set up for you. I just show you how to plug that into your business straight away. Week 4 is the Done For You strategy call webinar, which I've already created for you. The Done For You automation sequence, which I've already done for you. The Done For You sales automation sequence, which I've already done for you. Again, I just show you how to put it into your business. Week 5, I show you how to do your accounting, show the tracking tools that we use, the scaling process and how we find asymmetry, which means that we'll know what to do every single day to get you paid clients, and you can ignore everything else, which means that all your effort goes into only the things that work. Lastly, week 6, we show you how to evolve, guys, to get away from face-to-face clients and get into group coaching, online programs, and evolving all the marketing and the strategies and the sales process around that as well. That's all as a bonus in week 6. So that's all you're going to get, guys. And remember, lifetime access, the Facebook community, the coaching calls, and the mentoring calls with me, all of those bonuses I just talked about before are all going to be included in this program for you as well. So for the general public, folks, we launched this program, the 100K coaching program, for $4,997. Okay, plus all the bonuses. You can see that we're well in above of $20,000 to $30,000 worth of value. Everything's lifetime access. Remember, lifetime access, mentoring the Facebook community, $4,997. However, because you folks stayed to the end, I have a very special surprise for you. If you recall at the start, I said, remember that number 4,000. Because you stayed to the end, I'm going to give everybody a gift worth $4,000. And folks, you can actually get started in the 100K coaching program right now for only $997. That's Australian dollars. Click on the button below. There'll be a button that shows up. Click on that button. You can enroll in the program. We're only keeping this price plus the bonuses that I talked about only for 24 hours. Or once 15 people have joined from what we talked about today, the bonuses in the program, we're going to cut that off and the price will go back up to $4,997. So just scroll just slightly below. You'll see a button right there that says join the program now. Go ahead, click that. You can enroll in that program for $997, which is tremendous value, well over $30,000 worth of value. You guys get that $4,000 discount. You can dive into the program today. So we also have payment options. Okay, so these are all in Australian dollars. So we have the one-off payment, which is $997. Now remember, guys, remember the way we're marketing our business. There's no extra cost for marketing. This is not a subscription model where you have to pay each year. Once you've paid $997, you are in the program for life. There is no extra cost to grow your business ever. The second option we have is 2 times $597. That's split 1 month apart. Lastly, the last payment options, we have 3 times $450 per month over 3 months. Either way, you get all the bonuses. You can access the content straight away. It's lifetime access, lifetime value to everything, and you can dive into the program if you wish to use those payment options. So think about it like this. The program costs $997. If I was to show you how to get 1 times $1,000 client, just your next client at $1,000, that means you've made total ROI on this program and you keep everything for life. And if I show you once how to get a $1,000 client, we just have to repeat it the second time, the third time, the fourth time, depending on how much money you want to make per month. Okay, so like I said, we've got students that are doing $10,000 per month. Here's one of our students on their way to first $20,000 per month. They enrolled in the program, $997, got their first $1,000 client, and are just repeating it month after month, week after week, day after day, depending on how big they want to grow their business. So this program is going to be perfect for, we're nearly at the end of this webinar, guys. Let me just wrap this up. If you're wondering if this program is going to be good for you, it's perfect for someone who wants to start, grow, and optimize their business with predictable success and have accountability and support every step along the way. That's lifetime access. Number 2, needs help finding their niche, pricing their services, marketing online, and building a predictable business from scratch. Number 3, doesn't want to waste time on money, on funnels, ads, giving away free sessions, challenges, or networking. It's perfect for someone who wants to evolve into group coaching programs with high-paying clients. And lastly, guys, let's be honest, if you want to make a ton of money doing something that you love, you're sick of just being the industry standard of earning $1,000 per month, this program is for you. So it's perfect. If you're any of these people right here, jump into the program. Just click that button below. You better dive straight in. Okay, so if you're wondering, maybe this program isn't for me, well, let me tell you the type of person this program is not for. If you don't want to be making at least $10,000 per month and beyond, join this program. Because I'm not going to teach you how to build a business giving away free sessions. About making money, being predictable, and enjoying what you're doing. Number 2, not ready to get out there online and become an entrepreneur and a real business owner. So if this is just a hobby for you, that's fine. If you're happy to seeing a couple of clients on the weekend just as a hobby and working a part-time job, that's fine. This program's not for you then. Thinks they know it all and doesn't want to learn a whole new system. Number 4, wants to keep offering multiple services in multiple niches and multiple everything and being confused about everything and not being able to charge more than $50 per hour. Well, this program's not for you. Is not ready to learn a whole new strategy, marketing, sales, tracking, automation, asymmetry. Is not ready to learn everything I've taught you guys today. Is not ready to learn those things. This program's not for you. And lastly, does not want to be a part of a community and be there to support others, but also have accountability and support for life from me as well. So guys, like I said, click that button below. You can get started in the program right now for $997, only 15 spots available, or until the 24-hour clock goes out and we get rid of all of those bonuses and the price goes back up to $4,997. So I did mention, folks, the last part of this webinar is we do have a second offer. So let me just recap really quickly. The first offer I have is dive into the program for only $997. You're saving $4,000. You get lifetime access to everything, all the bonuses that are included. There is no further investment needed for paid ads or funnels. You don't have to pay a subscription every year to stay in our program. Once you're enrolled for life. That's offer number 1. Offer number 2 is there'll be another button down below that says book a free strategy call. If you want to have a chat to me first to see if this program's really a good fit for you, maybe you've got some certain questions for me, book a free strategy call so I can answer all the questions you have and assess if this program is right for you and your goals. Now, if you do jump on that strategy call and at the end of it, you decide to dive into the program, I am more than happy to give you at the $997 price, but you're still saving $4,000 because you took action, you booked that strategy call. Make sure when you book the strategy call, guys, you fill out the survey when booking your strategy call so I know what you're about, the details about your business, who you are, so we can spend our time on that roughly 45-minute strategy call together, and we can talk about all the right things instead about all the tedious details, making sure we're spending all of our time correctly. Now, as we get to the last part of the webinar, guys, if you have any questions based on what I've taught you today, any questions at all, you can actually email me directly at scott@scottjansen.com.au. If you have me on Facebook, please feel free to message me directly on Facebook. Just let me know that you've just watched the webinar, you have a couple of questions. I am always here and always happy to help. So folks, it's been my absolute pleasure to show you our profitability and scaling secrets for our students who have the fastest growing coaching, hypnotherapy, NLP, and RTT businesses in the entire industry. Hope you enjoyed your time with me today. Thanks all for watching this webinar, and I'll see you out and about in the big bad world of the therapy and coaching businesses. I hope to hear from everybody soon. Congratulations. I can see on my phone right now. Congratulations for the people that have dived into the program, and congratulations for the people that have also booked a strategy call with me as well. Look forward to working with you in the future. That's all from me for today, guys. Best of luck to everybody. Bye for now.